Hey everyone, I am UnsungNPC back here with our final class video for this game. We've finally gotten through all of the classes. This is the last prestige class, the Stalwart Defender. Honestly, it is one of my favorite prestige classes. I'm excited to talk about it with you guys, so let's dive in. The Stalwart Defender, I feel like, gets a lot of heat for not being as effective as a tank. I think everyone prefers to have dex-based tanks rather than armor tanks. But I have used this in multiple playthroughs on a specific companion in the game and making them an ultimate tank. And honestly, it's worked every time. So I feel like maybe people are just playing on a harder difficulty than me and that's why they're having that issue. But for me, armor tanks hold up just fine. So I haven't had any problems. I don't think that you would either. So prereqs to get into this class: you have to have the dodge feat, toughness feat, proficiency in light and medium armor, and base attack bonus of 7. Okay, so it does come a little bit later in the game, which is totally fine. AC bonus. So you receive a dodge bonus to your AC at +1 at first level, +2 at 4th, +3 at 7th, +4 at 10th. So that's just a free 4 bonus to your AC. You also gain this defensive stance ability, which you can use 4 times per day plus your constitution modifier. Or not times, but a number of rounds per day, essentially. Yeah, 4 plus your constitution modifier. At each level after first, you can maintain to the stance for an additional 2 rounds per day. So that's going to end up being at least 20 from the class alone, which is a nice number of rounds. Okay, so you enter the defensive stance as a free action. Whilst in the defensive stance, you get +2 on melee attack rolls, melee damage rolls, thrown weapon damage rolls, will saving throws. In addition, you gain a +2 bonus to armor class, 2 temporary hit points per hit die, and then you have to stay where you are. You can't move. So I like to use this to like block hallways and doorways. You're just kind of there, and everyone has to get like past you, and you're just like, no. So I really like that. And then after you use it, you're fatigued for a little bit, but the fatigue will go away. It's temporary. And you become proficient with all armor types, all weapons, and tower shields, which is awesome. Okay, defensive powers. So you get these defensive powers that you can use when you're in your defensive stance. Most of them are passive. You gain 1 at 2nd level, and then every 2 levels thereafter. Honestly, there's a power to increase your damage reduction while in your defensive stance. You can take it like I think 3 times. I literally just take that every time and stack up on damage reduction. I don't see why not to do it, so I do it. You get uncanny dodge, which is really cool. You get your AC bonus, more defensive powers. You also get some damage reduction, DR1, then 3, then 5. Stacking with the eventual 3, you'll have DR8 at the end, which is like a lot of damage reduction actually. Pairing that with any DR that you get from any enchanted shields or armor that you find in the game, your DR will end up being pretty high, actually. So I really like that one. Improved uncanny dodge, and yeah, it's just AC bonus, defensive powers, and damage reduction increases. So you become this like hardy, like stand still tank character, and I think it really does hold up. The question is, what class do you pick before you become a Stalwart Defender? I use Call of the Wild mod, and while using the mod, the companion that I use becomes a vindictive bastard. If you don't know what that is, I did a video on it. You can go check it out. Which it holds up just fine. I think that a fighter, a war priest, a paladin even could all hold up well. Some of you might think Kinetic Knight. I wouldn't do Kinetic Knight just because you'd be missing out on 10 levels of potential kinetic damage. So I wouldn't risk it for that biscuit. Barbarian could also work, I feel like. Especially if you do like Invulnerable Rager where you get damage reduction stacks. Add that DR10 to your DR8, that's DR18 plus whatever other DR you have. So that's actually really cool. That could totally work. Or Armored Hulk. Could be a good one as well. Just like armor bonuses added on to your armor stuff. Really dig that. Yeah, fighter go-to one. Especially like if you did Tower Shield Specialist, I feel like that would be really, really good. In the unmodded version of this game, when you don't have the mods, there's a companion that's a Tower Shield Specialist, and I feel like she makes a great Stalwart Defender while Tower Shield specializing. So I feel like that works out really well as well. And if you have the Call of the Wild mod, you can be a War Priest, and there are some really good War Priest options. Champion of the Faith is pretty good. A regular old War Priest would work just fine as well. Giving you some little divine abilities, some healing innately, being able to stack with all that armor and damage reduction would be a really powerful defensive combination in my opinion. So those are my recommendations, but I think with prestige classes there's really so much you can do. Like a lot of different combinations you can do, especially like RP wise. So if you guys come up with anything cool yourselves or anything different than what I've said, I would love to hear about it in the comments. I love hearing about different character ideas and different combinations for classes in this game, so don't be shy. Leave a comment and let me know what you've come up with. Also subscribe to the channel because if you like my stuff and if you want to see more of it, then subscribe and you'll come along for the ride, and I think that'd be really fun to have you. Yep. This is our last class video. I hope you've enjoyed all of these. I hope they've been helpful to you. I hope that maybe it's inspired some of you to do some of these classes or download these mods or, improve your game in these ways. Kind of reignite some of the RP spark maybe. I know that's hard sometimes, so hopefully that's worked out for you guys. Whether you're new or an experienced player watching my video or any videos, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for taking time. I hope you're enjoying this game or Pathfinder Tabletop or whatever you're doing and any other CRPGs you have going on in your life. And yeah, I'm UnsungNPC and I will catch you guys in the next one. It won't be a class video, but I'll be there.